Hey folks, Ron here. Today I'm coming to you from, I think it's called Beverly Park actually. This is a park that is bordered by Beverly Drive over there where you see all the traffic. Beverly Drive is kind of a major, well I shouldn't say major. Beverly Drive is a residential street in Beverly Hills, and it also, when it crosses Sunset and gets further towards Wilshire and Santa Monica, it becomes like commercial businesses, things like that. Huge mansions though in the residential side here. And if you go further, this is where Beverly Drive, when it exits the park, it becomes Coldwater Canyon. And Coldwater Canyon is a major thoroughfare to the San Fernando Valley. So this is kind of the border, and we don't want to get lost here. This is kind of the border of the San Fernando Valley and Beverly Hills. So if we go behind us here, we would take Beverly as it's becoming Coldwater, and it's becomes the Hollywood Hills essentially, and a pretty big hill, and beautiful homes, but also the traffic, particularly during rush hour, which starts around 2 in the afternoon and goes till about I don't know, 8:30 at night, maybe longer. It's pretty brutal. It can be backed up bumper to bumper, but you know, it's the alternative to the freeway. So many times I took Coldwater Canyon / Benedict Canyon. So when you hear about the canyons, there's some beautiful homes there, but also that's where a lot of the traffic is. Traffic from the San Fernando Valley to the west side of LA. So we're going to try to find our way here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Beverly House, appropriately named. And the Beverly House is a very large mansion. I believe it's 14 rooms. Probably would have been more if it would have been built earlier. No, actually later than the 20s. I think they were making them a little smaller then. But anyway, the Beverly, we're going to try to get through here without getting killed. And that's no easy thing in itself. The Beverly House, though, is where the exteriors to the film The Bodyguard were filmed, and also the famous scene in The Godfather. The head of the studio, Waltz, it's his mansion where one of his horses ends up in his head, the famous horse head in the bed scene. So, you know, with the huge pool and the big Mediterranean structures behind the pool and to the side of the pool, it's really gorgeous. Now, the Beverly House actually is so famous for leasing out the property. I guess they make a lot of money that way. There's actually a website dedicated to people just wanting to lease out the property for filming. And at beverlyhouse.com or something like that. You can check it out if interested. Now, unfortunately, we're only going to be able to see the gate, as you would expect, but that's okay. Look here. You see the signs? On one side, now we can't quite see the signs yet. No. So if we go to the left, we're going to Coldwater Canyon. Go to the right, we're going down Beverly Drive. Come here, you Jaguar trying to turn. And Beverly Drive, like I said, goes into Beverly Hills, the west side, and the canyon up there goes into the San Fernando Valley. So what we're going to attempt to do is walk here along the side of the road, which is not easy because there's no sidewalks and there's going to be a lot of traffic. But for you guys, I will risk it, and we're going to film the outside of the Beverly House. So here already, the rush hour traffic is lining up on Beverly. These are all the people going back to the San Fernando Valley, presumably after work. And that's the thing. You can live here. Let's say this one here. You can live in, you know, a $15 million mansion, but unfortunately, got all this traffic and all this craziness during the day. Oh, they're leaving. They're just behind the shrubs there. The gate behind me opening. I actually saw a landscaper pull into what I believe was the Beverly House just as I was approaching. Happens a lot. Gates opening, gates closing. So the interiors for both houses, actually the interiors for both movies, Godfather 1 and Bodyguard, primarily they were not used here at Beverly House. They were used at another location. In fact, for the Bodyguard, I believe it was the Greystone Mansion, which is really spectacular, and actually they offer tours there. But the exterior certainly reused. The pool area, I remember there's a scene early on in The Bodyguard where Kevin Costner meets Whitney Houston's character's son, and he's out by the pool and he's got a little toy boat in his hands, and pretty good scene of the pool and the cabanas and the separate houses. So, all right, this is treacherous. Look at that. A lot of I got the dog here and it's a little nerve-wracking, so I'm going to be back in a minute when we're a little safer. I had to park about 2 blocks away to get here, so we're going to make sure we don't get hit by a car and then come back to you. I'm telling you, I need special insurance for doing these vlogs. All right, I'm going to open it up here because this is the next door. This might actually be part of the property and they gave it another address, but basically you can see what we're looking at here is a beautiful pink 1920s, 1930s stucco wall. No, actually, I believe the property is for sale at the moment too. So this might be it, even though it has a different address. I bet this is part of it. I believe it's on sale for $90 million. Here it is. And they've got, looks like a guard gate too. Here's what we can see. Cameras. Look at that gate. I know we're into the sun. I'm sorry about that. But there's cars there. It's for sale. Yeah, I believe it's on the market right now. Like I said, more than 90 million. 90 plus. I don't remember the exact amount, but does it really matter at that price? And he's been trying to sell it for a while. So these are the main gates. So this is where the horse's head ended up, and in the studio head Jack Woltz's bed. And this is where Rachel Marin, the character from The Bodyguard, played by the late, great, beautiful Whitney Houston. This is where her residence was, her home. You know, the day after, and ironically, Whitney Houston died just a few miles from here over at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. And I happened to be over there the next day. There was a makeshift memorial kind of on the ground in front of the hotel, and I took a little picture out there. It was the day after the Grammys. There's another gate, another entrance gate. You know, and that's really all you're going to see of these properties. It takes up the whole block because they are splits off between Rexford and Beverly Drive. This has a different address, so these are the guys who actually live next door. I wonder how they like it, huh? Especially since the house next door, the Beverly house, is always being rented out, apparently for films. I don't know how long they were here with The Bodyguard, but I would guess it was for weeks. Same with Godfather. All right, Scout, I think we're going to turn around here. Okay, folks, well, that's it for today. It's a little treacherous. We got to watch which way we go. I really appreciate you watching and listening. Folks, please give me likes. That's what generates the channel. I'd like that more than anything else. And I'd also like subscribers. Really, I hate to get a subscriber and then one falls off and then one takes its place. It's really a little erratic sometimes. So please help me get over the hump. And maybe someday I'll make some money off this, just a little bit, even to pay for gas money. Because I am driving 45 minutes almost every day, you know, one way to get to the locations I'm filming. Okay, folks, again, my name is Ron. I really appreciate you watching and listening. And by the way, if you do subscribe, hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button and you'll get indicated as to when I post. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next location. Bye-bye.